Hello and welcome to Sovereign RPG. I am Sovereign and we are back in New World today for a guide on how you can gain a crap load of XP whilst running around. Now we all know that this game has a lot of running to do, going from place to place. There is fast traveling involved, but you have to get to places of interest or go to cities first before you can travel between the two, and sometimes it can have quite a big cost. So there's going to be a lot of running around back and forth doing quests, etc. Now a lot of people have got upset with this, and I get a lot of questions all the time is that how do I get around just running around and doing nothing? So today I'm just going to be talking about how you can actually maximize your time even though you are running copious amounts of hours. Remember to like the video if you do find my content enjoyable or useful, and if you don't like it, throw a dislike. All interaction matters. Give me those views. Now, while you're running in between two quests, say you're going to the Hermit from whatever city you're coming from, depending on where you started, etc. Now, running between the Hermit can take quite a long time, but there are things you can do along the way. It might make it take a little bit longer, but you're actually just getting pre-ready for a massive amount of XP later on. Now, if you've never heard of the quest board in towns, they are located in various places. There will be something in the background that shows you what they look like on the map, and these will give out quests. Now, these quests are mainly to do with gathering and crafting. Now, there are quests on there to be able to kill random stuff. We should always grab anyway, because you're always running around and you're always going to be running into different things. Now, if you want to get pre-ready for some of these quests, now oftentimes some of the same quests will come up. So if you're running around and you're running into, say, hemp plants, for example, you're going to want to pick them up whenever you see them, because there'll be quests on there for 90 linen, there'll be quests on there for 150 fiber, there'll be quests on there, and they give decent amounts of XP. The 150 fiber quest will give you 1000 XP, and that will take you maybe 10 bushes, 15 bushes. And if you're doing it as you're just running around, it doesn't take that long. And if the quest doesn't come up straight away, you have all of that fiber or linen sitting in your bank or your bags ready to go when you get there. There are several other things you want to be looking out for. You're going to want to look out for turkeys. Kill all the turkeys and skin all the turkeys. This will actually level up your skinning and hunting, which when you get to a certain level, you'll actually be able to see the animals on the actual compass at the top. So you can just see them where they are. You can see the rabbits, you can see the turkeys, you can see the boars when you get to certain levels, etc, etc. But the feathers are another major quest that comes through, and you get them from turkeys. It's the easiest way. They take one shot and it's really quick to actually skin them, and it's a really fast way to level up your skinning while you're moving from place to place. Rabbits are another one that you can kill along the way. Just kill all the rabbits and skin the rabbits as you go. You may not want to do crafting, you may not want to do gathering, but if you want to maximize the amount of XP you get from point A to point B, this is definitely something that you want to do. If you run alongside a river and you run into some bulrush, pick up all the bulrush you can get, because the pulp you can use to make potions early on, some of the lower level potions, and it's just some of the lower level health potions. Now, this isn't to do with XP, but this is to do with helping you progress when you're actually doing out there and going fighting. And if you go into an area that has a higher level of mobs, this is definitely something that you're going to want to pick up. You'll only make minor health potions out of them, but they will last up until you're like level 20, and they're very, very easy to make, and you can craft them in your actual camp, so it's another bonus there. So you can just drop a camp down. If you find a load of bulrush, you've run out of your potions, your health potions, just pick up a load of water and pick up a load of bulrush, and you're sweet as a nut for the next hour or so while you're spamming out those potions. Other things you're going to want to look out for is iron ore. There are iron armament quests, quite a lot of them, and they give a very large amount of XP, 1000 to 2000 XP depending on the armaments that you're creating. There's weapon armaments and armor armaments that you can create, which will give you a decent amount of XP. Pick up any food items. If you're running past a farm, jump on some of the fields and pick up cabbages, pick up carrots, pick up onions, potatoes, watermelons, whatever's there, pick it up, because another quest that comes up quite a lot is cooking quests on that board, and the cooking quests give you massive amounts of XP. Even though the board has been nerfed, you still get crap loads. I went from one town to the Hermit and I made about 4000 XP just randomly collecting stuff, then going back to the town after I've handed in the Hermit quest, crafting up everything that I've got in there, going to the board, picking up all the quests that I've got and completing them all in one go. And this is just something you do as you're going through. If you're running through and you see a couple of boulders and you're a little bit bored of doing the auto run, just pick up a couple of rocks. Pick up some flint if you're running past the beach. There's crap loads of flint on the beach, and a higher amount of flint is another quest that gives you a decent amount of XP if you're looking for 150 flint. The flint can also be used for the PvP faction quest. It's another one that comes up in the PvP faction quest quite regularly. So having that flint already in there to just hand in before you pick the quest up It's a massive bonus, speeds everything up, and you can get those levels quickly. Now, there are quests to say pick up 300 wood. This is a pointless quest. I mean, it doesn't take that long to do it if you've got a decent axe. And the quicker you level up these gathering professions, the quicker you'll actually gather. The higher level your tools that you're using will make it much quicker. And you, instead of like spending 15 seconds sitting there grabbing up a hemp plant, it'll end up taking you 5 seconds to grab the largest one, and that'll give you 20 to 30 of the actual fibers to be able to make the linen. It gets a lot quicker the more you do it. So if you start doing it very early on when you're getting decent amount of XP, it will push you forward so you're not getting stuck behind the curve when you go and do the next main quest and the mobs are 5 levels higher than you, because that does happen if you do nothing other than the main quest. Now, it can be pretty easy at the beginning doing the main quest because you'll have a lot of people running around with you and you just sort of tag mobs as you can and people around you will kill it. So it is easy to do, but eventually it's going to become a lot harder. So getting that little bit of an edge, especially at the beginning, and especially if you want to put the PvP flag on, having those extra levels while people are just running from A to B and not actually grabbing stuff in between, you're going to get that one step ahead. Now, the next thing you want to be picking up as you're running through, if you see a town, run in and grab the provisions boxes, run in and grab the condiment boxes, because these again are used in a lot of these board quests that come up in town when you're looking for salt and pepper, which are actually really hard to get outside of finding them in the condiment box. So when you see them, grab them. If there's one mob standing in front of one of these boxes, one of these little crates on the floor, then kill it and pick up the crate. It only takes you 10 seconds, and in the end, and eventually at the end, you're going to get a large amount of XP. Now, the XP goes up on board quests the higher level you get, so it kind of levels with you. So having everything stocked up inside of your bank in the towns, ready for when those quests come up, will put you that massively footstep forward over everyone else. Talking about banks, just remember that the bank that you're putting your stuff in, you can craft from that bank, but only in that town. So if you go to that town with your bank stuff in it, and if you head to another town, you cannot use the stuff from the first town bank in the second town. Every town has their own individual bank. Now, some people might not like that system. That system seems okay to me because I can have multiple different banks to store a lot of stuff, and I can just jump between them if I need certain things, because certain areas will have different kinds of gathering nodes. Like certain areas will have a lot of iron, certain areas will have a lot of hemp, certain areas will have a lot of this and that and this and that, and it depends on where you go. Oil is in one certain area, etc, etc. So it's good to have all these different spots around and you can just jump from place to place. So just a real quick summary: you're going to be wanting to pick up the hemp plants, you're going to be wanting the provision boxes, condiment boxes, you're going to want to pick up the feathers from the turkeys, you're going to want to kill every rabbit you can see just for that coarse leather. You want to kill boars and wolves when you see them, not all the time, but you can kill those and pick up the actual hides that they drop, and those turn into coarse leather and give you a lot of XP when you actually hand those in. And that's basically how to maximize your XP whilst running from quest A to quest B, from town A to town B. At launch, I will be just doing gathering. I'll be running around gathering stuff. I'll be even just gathering actually gives you a decent amount of XP. If you're gathering hemp plants, you're getting 50 XP per hemp plant that you're picking up, especially for the big one. And then you get a chunk of XP when you actually get a level in the gathering. So you can actually level specifically just from gathering, and then you can go to town and give in the quests and then get even more XP. You don't even have to do the side quests. You don't have to do the main quest. You can do the main quest after you're level 20 and you can start and continue that on and get through it really quickly. And if you're running around gathering certain things, you can actually get all the fast travel points when you're running around in the wilderness. So you're going to have a lot better time, a lot easier time when you're running through the quest. You can just jump from place to place wherever you need to go, so it doesn't take so long and you don't feel like you're wasting your time. Let me know down below how you're going to level when the game launches, how you found the best ways to level, what gathering professions are the best ways to level for you. Let me know in the comments. Remember to like and sub if you haven't already for all your RPG content. There will be a lot of New World videos coming out over the next week or so, and then there'll be continual live streams going on over the open beta, and once we get into launch, there'll be even more live streams and even more content as time goes on and things change. I want to thank you all for watching. Fly safe and avoid local chat scams.